Emergency equipment. My emergency door release is properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and is working properly. I have 3 red reflective triangles. They are properly mounted and secured. If I were to use them, I would place them at 10, 100, and 200 feet. Would you like me to demonstrate? My fire extinguisher is properly mounted and secured with a bracket. It has a pin, is charged to green, and has been inspected within the last year. This bus is not equipped with fuses. It runs on a circuit breaker system. Windshield and traffic monitoring devices. All my traffic monitoring devices are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are clean and clear and viewable from the inside. All of my mirrors and brackets are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are clean and clear and adjusted to me. My windshield is properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. It is clean and clear with no obstructions and is properly sealed. My windshield wipers and washers are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are not frayed, and my washer fluid works properly. My driver heater and defrost is working on high and low. My horn is working properly. My service doors and windows are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are clean and clear, working and properly sealed. My door opens and closes freely, and it is safe for me and my students to enter and exit safely. My stairs and stair tread is properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and is secure. My handrails and brackets are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and the brackets are not missing any nuts or bolts. My stairwell light is properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. It is clear in color and working. My passenger monitoring device, I have 3 cameras, 1 student mirror. They are all properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. My student mirror has been adjusted to me. All of my passenger seats and frames are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and they are secured to the frames and the floor. I will now demonstrate them. All of my student seat belts are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and they are not frayed. The buckles work properly. I have 7 emergency exits, 1 rear emergency door, 2 roof hatches, and 4 window exits. They are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They open and close freely. They are safe for me and my students to exit safely. The alarm sounds, and it is labeled clearly. I will now demonstrate them. School bus only. My student lights and their indicators are working. My warning lights are amber in color. My loading lights are red in color. My stop arms are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are red in color and work properly. My body fluid kit is properly mounted and secure. It contains kitty litter, biohazard bag, barf bag, gloves, and a mask. My first aid kit is properly mounted and secured. It contains bandages, band-aids, gauze, tape, and a one-way breathing valve. My seatbelt cutter is in arm's reach. Front of the vehicle engine area. My bus is level on all sides and has no leaks from the oil transmission or air systems. All my mirrors and brackets on both sides are properly mounted and not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are clean and clear and not missing any nuts or bolts. All of my lights and lenses are properly mounted, free from any damage, clean, not missing any lenses or lights, and are of the proper color. My warning, clearance, and turn signal lights are amber in color. My loading lights are red in color, and my headlights are clear. My school bus signage and reflective tape are properly mounted and in the correct location. My windshield washer fluid reservoir is properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. It is not leaking and is filled between the min and max. My shock absorbers in the front and rear are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and not leaking. My leaf springs, leaf spring hangers, and U-bolts in the front and rear are properly mounted and not broken, cracked, or damaged, and my leaf springs have not shifted. They have no weld repairs and are not missing any nuts or U-bolts. My tie rod and crossmember are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or broken. My air brake chamber and hoses in the front and rear are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, are not leaking, and my hoses are not worn or frayed. My slack adjusters and push rods in the front and rear are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. When pulled by hand, it has no more than 1 inch of play. My brake linings in the front and rear are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. The liners are not worn or dangerously thin, and there are no contaminants such as oil, grease, or debris on my liners. My tires and side walls are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are smooth and worn evenly. Have no cuts or damage that expose body piles to the tire in the tread and sidewall, and they have at least 432 of tread depth and 232 of tread depth in the rear. My rims and studs in the front and rear are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged or bent, with no weld repairs on the rims. My studs are not elongated, and there are not any missing or loose nuts or bolts. My lug nuts in the front and rear are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged or missing. They are tight with no broken studs. If they are loose, I would see shiny metal or flaky rust. My hub seal in the front and rear are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are not leaking. If they were, you would see a spray pattern. My valve stems in the front and rear are properly mounting, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are straight, and they all have their caps. If you were to check, they would be at 100 psi. My coolant reservoir and hoses are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and have no leaks. It is filled between the min and max. My oil dipstick is properly mounted, not broken, cracked, damaged, not leaking, and to check the oil level, I will pull out my dipstick, wipe it off, reinsert the dipstick, and then pull it out again and check. To be sure, it is between the min and max levels to ensure proper engine lubrication. My air compressor and hoses are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. It is not leaking, and it is gear driven. My steering column and U-joints are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and have no more than 1 inch of play, and the U-joints are properly greased, not worn or loose. My steering gearbox and hoses are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and have no leaks. My power steering reservoir and hoses are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are not leaking. It is filled between the minimum and maximum level. My pivot arm and drag link are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, damaged, have no missing nuts, bolts, or cotter pins, and my joints and sockets are not worn or loose. My castle nuts and cotter pins are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and the cotter pins are secure. Side of vehicle. My traffic monitoring devices and their brackets are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are clean and clear, and I am not missing any nuts or bolts. All my lights, lenses, or covers and reflectors are properly mounted, free from any damage, clean, not missing any lenses or lights, and are proper color. My clearance lights, turn signals, and reflectors before the duals are amber, and after the duals they are red. My student loading light is clear and working. My DEF door cap, tank, and cage are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, not leaking, and the cap is tight. My frame is properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. It is straight with no weld repairs, and the only holes are from the manufacturer. My fuel door and cap are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. The cap is tight. My fuel tank and cage are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. It is not leaking, and there are no weld repairs on the cage or tank. All of my lights, lenses, and reflectors are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are clean, not missing any lenses or lights, and are of the proper color. My clearance lights, loading lights, brake lights, and reflectors are red in color. My warning lights and turn signals are amber in color. My reverse lights and license plate light are clear in color. All of my signage and reflective tape are properly mounted and are in the correct location. My rear emergency door and handle is properly mounted and not broken, cracked, or damaged. It opens and closes freely and is safe for me and my students to exit safely in the event of an emergency. My stop signs and lenses are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, not missing any lenses. They are clean and clear and red in color. The wires and cables are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are not frayed and have no metal showing. My battery box tray and door are properly mounted and secured. My batteries are properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, secured with no bulges, and are not leaking. My battery cables are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged, or worn with no frayed wires showing. My battery terminals are properly mounted and secured, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and have no excessive corrosion. My circuit breaker and fuse box door opens and closes freely. The wires are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are not frayed and have no metal showing. The breakers are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. The fuses are properly mounted, not broken, cracked, or damaged. We don't carry extra fuses because it's a circuit breaker system.